What's happening, you legends, lads and ladies? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate all the love and support you've been showing the channel recently. The last few days we've been talking about bodybuilders, fake gangsters, roid rage, does size matter in fights? And we've done 4 videos this last week featuring Joey Stacks and Big Boy from the Strength Cartel. And today's video we are continuing this storyline of does size matter in fights and how much does size affect you in fights? In this video right here, just above my head, gangster bodybuilder gets humbled in front of crew. Big Boy here from the Strength Cartel goes into a hotel and confronts Joey Stacks. They both had the boys with them. They had a little bit of a standoff. You can see Joey Stacks pulls out the knife right there. And in the comments, there was a big debate around who would actually win this street fight. Would it be Joey Stacks or would it be Big Boy? Now, in yesterday's video, we covered Joey Stacks doing some boxing training. And we can see that he wasn't very good. He's somewhat limited and restricted by the size that he's got on his frame. And we spoke a lot about how someone like this, it would take them quite a while to learn the technique and the skill of being able to throw a punch properly, just because they're a lot more uptight. And the exact same goes for Big Boy. Well, thanks to you guys' suggestions, we found some old footage of Big Boy sparring from 5 years ago. Not only that, you want to stay to watch this full video because we're also going to watch how much improvements he's made in the last 4 years between these 2 videos. What we're going to see today is a really good example of what to expect over a 4-5 year journey of doing boxing training as a bigger fella. So this is the video from 5 years ago. We're just going to play it right the way through. It's also interesting to note the Big Boy here was 330 pounds. He's now 270 pounds, so he's lost 60 pounds, and you can definitely see the difference when he comes on screen now. This lad here fights at 130 pounds. Granted, he's probably about 150, 160 in this video. Hey! So if we take a look at Big Boy, look at the size of him here. So much bigger.
There you go, like that, see? Come on, Big Boy. Hold it up and then fall forward. There you go. Come on, reach in with the right hand. You gotta reach in. There you go. There you go. See? Again.
Want to take a look at his technique?
There you go. There's some body work right there. Oh, come on, Big Boy.
I don't want to hit him, dog.
Come on, throw
He says, I don't want to hit him, dog.
Just throw some punches, Big Boy. There you go.
See, often these big fighters are worried about hitting smaller fighters, but when you look, he's got no power and no technique in his punches here. Not a good guard either. He's one of these fights like that.
There you go.
Got a little bit of speed. Okay, there you go, Big Boy. See, this lad's good. This lad's
good. See?
Good. There you go. He's throwing. Big Boy's throwing some punches. Usually the guard is a dead giveaway. If someone fights like this, it usually means that they don't know what they're doing. But a Big Boy adds a few decent punches. You can tell he's got a bit of speed to him. He's not slow. He's not as slow as he looks.
You got it in you. Let's go. There you go. There you go.
See, decent 1-2s then. Not the best technique, but he's got a foundation there. Putting the pressure on. Oh, that body shot. Yeah. Another one. Go again. See, them 1-2s are pretty decent, to be fair. For a 330 pound fella. Not bad. Got an uppercut then. Now he's gassed. See, that's the thing. When you're that weight, 330 pounds, gas so fast. Taking everything into consideration there, the fact that he's 330 pounds, I don't think he had much, if any, experience before this, maybe a few street fights. You can tell he didn't really know what he was doing in terms of his guards up there. Some of that will just be because he's got such big lats. But his punches, though, I'd give him a solid 6 or 7 out of 10, to be fair, relatively speaking, based on his experience or lack of. His 1-2 was really snappy and actually quite fast. He punches faster than some 150 pound lads. So praise to him there. I actually think that unfit, fat, inexperienced Big Boy would actually beat Joey Stacks in a fist fight, that is. If it was a street fight, Joey Stacks would obviously win because he's got a knife. Now here he is 4 years later, after a bit more boxing training. He's dropped a few pounds and he's training with Andy Ruiz. He looks a lot better, a lot smoother here. A lot more fluidity to his punches and his movement than there was in the last video. You can see how much he's downsized as well. That will help massively. Here's Ruiz.
But I don't bench to max out, just try to get good, feel strong.
Yeah. Ruiz said he doesn't bench to max out. No one should, unless you're a powerlifter. Now, if you're a fighter or even a bodybuilder, there is even less of a reason to max out. The least amount of reps you should be doing as a fighter, triples, so sets of 3, and usually they are speed reps. So if you're doing a bench press and you want to increase your punching power, you'd usually use around 50 to 60% of your 1 rep max, or your estimated 1 rep max, and you'd focus more so on speed, like and you'd do a lot of sets of that. That's how you'd increase your punching power. Make sure you tune in for me 100,000 subscriber special as well, because I'm going to be giving you guys something for free. Okay, so we're going to see Big Boy on the heavy bag. Let's take a look at some improvements he's made. Okay. Probing that jab. I'm really impressed with that. I did not expect that at all. But Big Boy looks like he's been doing this for a long time. Then again, it is 4 years, so the improvements he's made are to be expected. I guess I just didn't expect to see someone that big, 270 pounds, be able to move with such speed and fluidity. There's not many people who you'll see come from a bodybuilding background with that much mass on them, throw with that type of speed. And also, let's be honest here, Big Boy's got a lot of body fat on him. If he was to get down to, say, 10% body fat, obviously he'd still be jacked. He'd have a lot of mass on him, but he would be nowhere near 270 pounds. He'd be more like 200-ish, maybe 205, 210 pounds. And it's more so muscle bulk than fat bulk, which slows you down. Look at Andy Ruiz. He's really fast, but he hasn't got a crazy amount of muscle. If anything, he's kind of fat. Let's see what Andy Ruiz has got to say here.
Start. Okay, so I'm nice. With your jab, like a stiff jab.
Look how fast Ruiz is.
Hard jab and make it.
Nice, very good.
There you go. But right now, start getting the rhythm. Boom, start throwing punches. Boom, out of nowhere. Boom, boom, and boom, boom, and again. Boom. Like that.
Good advice by Ruiz. Don't throw every punch with 100% power. There you go. It's also important to do this to switch up the tempo of your punches. If you're always punching with the same tempo, the same cadence, in the same rhythm, then you're going to be predictable. So by going from a slow to fast cadence, changing up your footwork, moving in and out of range, moving laterally, throwing probing shots and then power shots, going to the head and to the body, it keeps your opponent guessing. It's going to be so much harder for someone to figure you out if you're doing that versus if you're just throwing every punch with full power in the same rhythm constantly. Also, if you change the rhythm and the tempo of your punches, you're not going to gas out as quick. You're going to be able to manage your energy system a lot better.
Okay, that's a jab. Boom. Go. Expect something back all the time.
I've been watching all yours, and I see.
Yeah, expect something back.
Yeah, so because the heavy bag never hits back, it's very easy to get into the mindset of just attack, and never focusing on your defense. But when you're working with the heavy bag, it's not all about offense. You should always be drilling your defense. Throw a combo, duck, throw a punch, slip, throw a punch, roll. At the end of the day, the more you mimic a real fight or a boxing match in your training, then the better you're going to do.
Every time you throw,
There you go, so 1-2, guard up, yeah. 1-2, covered up, duck, nice. A little bit of a slip there. It's not to be worried about. What you guys think? Comment down below if you can give him any advice. He looks great. Look at his footwork. Good power. That right hook is money. Absolute massive improvement there from Big Boy, and what's more impressive is that he's a big boy. You will always expect someone with that amount of muscle mass to progress slower when it comes to learning the technique, just because the muscle tends to get in the way. And as I said, if you've got body fat on you, it doesn't get in the way as much, and muscle tires a lot faster than body fat does. So if you've got 20 pounds of extra body fat on you versus 20 pounds of extra muscle mass on you, for boxing, it's actually better to have the body fat on you. That's why often you find there's a lot of people in the heavyweight division, say in the UFC, who are fat and aren't natural heavyweights. Look at someone like Daniel Cormier. He was never really a natural heavyweight, and I'd actually go as far as saying if Daniel Cormier got shredded, he could probably make middleweight 185 pounds. But that relentless wrestling and pressure that Daniel Cormier had, all his opponents couldn't keep up with it. And we even heard Big Boy in that video saying he doesn't really lift heavy that much anymore himself. Now, with regards to your strength and conditioning work, when you're training for a fight, you should still be lifting heavy here and there. It just shouldn't make up all your training. You need to be doing a healthy combination combination of heavy lifting so you can improve your strength and your actual physicality. A little bit of bodybuilding work if you need to go through a stage of body recomposition, meaning if you could lose 10 pounds of fat and put on 10 pounds of muscle whilst maintaining your fitness and not gassing out in a fight and being able to stay at the same weight, then that bodybuilding work will come in handy. Once again, it just improves your physicality as well. And then also speed work. This means lifting weights fast and explosively. But anyway, huge credit goes out to Big Boy and Joey Stacks for putting this footage up online for people like myself to critique. I'm not a professional boxer. In fact, I'm not even a good boxer myself. I've always been more into kickboxing and MMA, but this is just my take from a martial artist's and personal trainer's perspective. What you guys think, comment down below. We're that close to hitting 100k subscribers. We might do it by the weekend. So make sure you like this video to help it get into the algorithm and subscribe with those notifications turned on because we upload every single day. I appreciate you all and I'll see you tomorrow.